A commanding win it was for the Buffalo Bills today against the Washington Commanders. And boy, was that a fun game to watch for the Buffalo Bills. If you're a Bills fan, you got to be excited for what you saw out there on the field. It was incredible to see the amount of defensive plays out there on the field for the Buffalo Bills. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Brett McDurphy with the Go Bills podcast. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on our YouTube channel as well as on Facebook. We are on both of YouTube and Facebook right now, going live with our post-game show. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe. We really do appreciate it. Also, don't forget to go into the comments section and bring your comments in there as well, because we always appreciate all the comments that we get from everyone. But man, that was a great game to watch if you're a Bills fan. A ton of sacks in this game for the Bills. Overall in the game, it was 9 sacks for the Buffalo Bills and an incredible number, just one shy away from the record that we've had against the Washington teams in 10 sacks that happened during the Super Bowl, I believe it was. So that was the broadcast booth brought it up as well. Overall, the Bills did a phenomenal job of keeping the ball moving on offense. Really good job. Josh Allen, 20 of 32, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, to go along with 3 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. Latavius Murray also had another rushing touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. 5 carries for 15 yards for him, 1 touchdown. The receiver that did catch the touchdown pass from Josh Allen, it was Gabe Davis, who had 1 reception for 35 yards. Should have had another touchdown if he would have kept both feet in on that play. Unfortunately, he didn't. Leading the way at receiver, though, was Stephon Diggs, 8 catches, 111 yards in this game for the Maryland native. So it was great to see him get over the 100-yard mark in this game. James Cook, just shy of 100 yards in this game, 15 carries, 98 yards. Just missed the 100-yard mark in this game. Overall, for the defense of the Buffalo Bills, a couple of guys led the way in sacks, but the guy that I have to mention in the player of the game for the Buffalo Bills, Terrell Bernard, who had a outstanding game for the Buffalo Bills, 7 tackles overall. He also had 2 sacks and an interception to go along with the forced fumble recovery that he got as well. So some big numbers from him as well. And then Leonard Floyd, 3 tackles for that were on his own, as well as 2 sacks in the game. There were 4 interceptions in the game for the Buffalo Bills as well. It was Terrell Bernard with an interception, then Tre'Davious White with an interception to save a touchdown on that play. AJ Epinesa with a touchdown return for a touchdown. I'm sorry, with an interception return for a touchdown. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. And then Micah Hyde as well with another interception return for that wasn't return for a touchdown, but it was an interception. So overall, good numbers from the Buffalo Bills. A defensive performance that you would love to see for our team. And I'm going to tell you right now, the defensive player of the week comes down to Terrell Bernard. He earned it, and he's shown why we should have moved on from Tremaine Edmunds. And it looks like the defense hasn't missed a beat without Tremaine Edmunds. So I'm incredibly happy with that. We do have other games that are going on around the league. I do want to mention them. The Baltimore Ravens and Indianapolis Colts game is going into overtime, tied at 19 all. Let's get to the AFC East games as well. And it has been a Miami Dolphins game to win. It is 70-20. Wow, the amount of points that were put up by the Miami Dolphins. 70-20, 8 minutes left in that game. And they have a 50-point lead in that game. The Green Bay Packers are taking a 1-point lead right now to the New Orleans Saints. So that game is there should be a field goal coming in the next couple seconds for the Saints to take the lead. The Chargers are up 28-24 on the Vikings. Games that went final so far, the Lions defeated the Falcons 20-6, as well as the Texans taking a win today, 37-17 on the Jaguars. The Browns 27-3. And then you also have about 22 seconds left in the game, so it's a kneel down situation for the Patriots, 15-10 on the Jets. So the Jets will fall to 1-2 on the season, and they will move into second place in the division as well. The 4 o'clock games that are starting already, the Panthers and Seahawks have just kicked off about 35 seconds into that game. You also have the Bears and Chiefs game coming up. The Cowboys and Cardinals are the last game of the 425 games as well. Then you get to look forward to the Steelers and Raiders tonight at 8:20. The Eagles and Buccaneers tomorrow night at 7:15. And then you have the Rams and Bengals as well. So let's dive into this game a little bit for the Buffalo Bills. And I do want to talk about what we saw out there on the field from the Buffalo Bills. I want to get into that just a little bit because we also have our Overreaction Monday show that will be tomorrow, and we'll dive into it a little bit more. I'll try and get you some film coverage as well if we can. Usually the All 22 does come out on Tuesday, but I'll try and get you some film coverage from the game tomorrow. But let's dive into it and talk about what we saw for the Buffalo Bills to start the game. And it really came down to the second half by the Buffalo Bills. They did a good job in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. It was only a 2-touchdown lead and 2 touchdowns in a two-point conversions lead that came into the fourth quarter. But to start the game, the Bills moved the ball down the field. Tyler Bass kicked a field goal, 36-yard field goal on that play to get the 3-0 lead, followed by almost towards the end of the first quarter, Gabe Davis with a 35-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen with the Tyler Bass extra point good. Then you had a field goal with 1:55 seconds left in the second quarter, a 54-yard field goal by Tyler Bass. And then towards the end of the the end of the half, the Tyler Bass 32-yard field goal with 19 seconds left to take a 16-0 lead into the second half. Then the Bills did not score in the third quarter. Neither team did, but Josh Allen did have a 10-yard touchdown run with 10 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter. And then the Tyler Bass field goal or extra point, was good. So that took the team to a 23-0 lead. Then about 36 seconds later, another touchdown, but this time it was a defensive touchdown. AJ Epinesa, 32-yard interception return for a touchdown with Tyler Bass kicking the extra point again, bringing it to 30-0. And then in garbage time for the game, Latavius Murray, 2-yard touchdown run to take it to 37-0. The extra point by Tyler Bass was good again. And then the Commanders getting on the board with 46 seconds left in the game. A Joey Slide 51-yard field goal to end the game for the Commanders. And then it just came down to kneel downs for the Bills on offense. So that pretty much took it to the end of the game. Let's get into the team stats overall for the Buffalo Bills. And we'll start with the Bills and then we'll get with the Commanders. Overall team stats for the Buffalo Bills, 386 total yards from the Buffalo Bills, 218 coming off of passes, 168 off of rushes, average per play of 5.9 yards per play, 20 first downs on the game, 9 of 15 in third down efficiency, 0 of 1 for fourth down efficiency. Total plays on offense, 65 yards for the Buffalo Bills, 0 sacks allowed, so another 0 sack game for the Buffalo Bills. Great numbers. 1 punt for the Bills overall. 6 penalties for 45 yards, which is something that the Bills need to correct and get the numbers down. 0 fumbles lost, 1 interception thrown, which was a play that I was okay with because the Bills were able to throw that ball deep down the field on a 50-50 ball. Just didn't come the Bills' way. Overall time of possession for the Buffalo Bills, 34 minutes, 40 seconds. And then for the Commanders, they had 230 yards of total offense, 125 coming from the passing game, 105 from rushing, averaging 4.5 yards per play. The first downs in the game, 14 first downs, 1 of 9 third down efficiency, 0 of 1 on fourth down, 51 total plays of offense for the team, 9 sacks allowed, which was the big difference maker for the Commanders' offense. They just weren't able to get the ball down the field. 3 punts overall, and then 2 penalties for 15 yards, 1 fumble lost, 4 interceptions thrown, and they held the ball for 25 minutes, 20 seconds. And like I said, it really came down to the amount of mistakes that the Commanders had. They weren't able to capitalize on a lot of things, but pretty much came down to that as well. Let's get over to the comments on Facebook, and I do want to get to John Roberts' comments. He said that AJ's first career interception. That is right. It was an interception return for a touchdown. And then Micah Hyde's first interception in 2 years. He's completely right. And then he also said the Jets just lost. That is correct as well. And he said that Bernard played a great game as well for the Buffalo Bills, and I completely agree with him there. Excellent game by the Buffalo Bills. Really great stuff that you're going to see. You'll hear more reactions for us on Instagram. We'll also give our 3 players of the game out on Instagram. So if you're new to our channel, don't forget to go on over to Instagram. Give us some follows on there. You'll see all of our stuff that we're going to do as well. And you'll see the upcoming schedules that we have for podcasts as well. But also don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all our social media accounts. We have a YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. Trying to think if I'm forgetting any other ones, but pretty much every single thing you can imagine, we're on. So don't forget to like and subscribe to us on all of those channels. Also, don't forget to go on over to the Nickel City Mafia and the Red, White, and Bills. Shoot them some love on YouTube and Instagram as well. You can find all of our upcoming shows that we're going to be doing with collaborations with the Nickel City Mafia and the Red, White, and Bills on our website, gobillspodcast.com. Click on over to that website. You can find all the upcoming shows. It's going to be scrolled down just a little bit on the page, but you can find everything that we're doing on that show. We will see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills podcast. We'll be live again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for our Overreaction Monday show. That'll be on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So if you are looking for that show, keep your eyes open. It'll be live on YouTube and Instagram, YouTube and Facebook. And then I want to get to one last comment real quick from John Robert. He said, thanks for any updates also. He said he does appreciate that. So like I said, if you're looking for the show, you can find it on YouTube and Facebook. So we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Go Bills podcast and the Overreaction Monday. Until then, Go Bills.